Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we're going to take a look at some paint that I think we've seen before. And if you want to pause the video and guess who makes this paint, who the manufacturer is, you can go ahead and do that. And I'll probably throw in some video of me unboxing this because everybody loves an unboxing. But this is the new watercolor set from Lightwish. It is their artist grade watercolors. Now Lightwish has come out with a variety of different paints in the past. Lightwish is somehow related to Paul Rubens and Arctics. They're, at least the distributors in the United States are, and they will bring out a lot of private label products, and they even sell some of the Paul Rubens products under their brand. If you go to Amazon, you click the Lightwish store, you can see a bunch of different art supplies that they sell, from sketchbooks to paints, and they will bring over a lot of different products. And they have brought some watercolors out that have been a little bit grainy, and I think probably the Simi Art manufactured watercolors that just aren't that great. And then they have things like the Miliang watercolors, the pretty excellent watercolors you've heard me rave about. So when they asked me if I wanted to try out these new watercolors, I said I would love to. They said they were artist grade. They're 39 of the 48 colors are single pigment colors, and they're their new line that they're really proud of. So I said, absolutely, I'd love to try them out. And that's what we have here today. So these came all wrapped up. Each individual pan was wrapped up in a little sticker. And I stuck the sticker down onto some watercolor paper and made my black marks so I could swatch over them and see how transparent they are. Mostly they were pretty transparent. This little bit of pink that you see on some of these more opaque colors, that's leaching out from the marker. I was using a different marker to make my black line. It was still an alcohol marker, but I did see that little bit of pink kind of leaching up out of the color. But the colors are very sheer. The earth tones are nice and rich. A nice variety of yellows. I love these three neutral yellows down here. A really beautiful arrangement of color. The colors just leapt right out of the tin. I feel like a QVC salesperson. Anyway, good paints, but familiar paints. I recognize these paints from the look of the thick-walled half pans to the shape of the extruded watercolor pans to just the way they behaved and the color assortment. It was very, very familiar. And why it was familiar is because about 2 years ago, I bought this set from Art Whale, which is another seller on Amazon, after really enjoying their tube paints. And you can see here that the color selection is pretty much identical. I think it actually is identical. Maybe there might be a couple of the colors that are flip-flopped around a bit, but this is basically the set without a brush. And this is a couple bucks cheaper, but it doesn't have the brush in. But I want to mention that because this set is still available. And even though I'm sure Lightwish is again loving that I'm comparing them, but this may be a pro and a con. This is a con to me, but it may be a pro to you. This brush here does contain natural fibers, and when they offered the paint to me, they didn't mention it was coming with a brush. It hadn't been listed yet on Amazon at the time, and so I did go to the listing before I filmed this, and there on the photo it says squirrel hair brush, but in the write-up it says synthetic squirrel hair brush. So I emailed the company, I emailed my rep, and I asked, which is it? Is it real fur or is it fake fur? And they said that it's a mix. So if you want to avoid an animal hair brush, which I do when I'm shopping, I avoid natural hair brushes, you would want to go with a set without the brushes. Both the 48 set and the 24 set by Lightwish contain that paintbrush. It's a shame. It's a really nice brush, but I wanted to put it out there because I don't want somebody to buy this and think it's a synthetic brush and then get a brush that has animal hair in it. So that would be my big con of this whole set, is that it comes with a natural hair brush, but in the writing on Amazon it says synthetic. But then in the photo it says real, so I guess you would have to you'd be taking a gamble if you bought it from the listing. They're going to update the way that they wrote their listing, from what I understand, but I just wanted to say that because I know a lot of times you're hearing about these new sets on Amazon through reviews, or maybe you find it on Amazon just looking for something else, and then you come to YouTube searching for a review to find out more about it. But other than that, the paint quality is quite lovely, and as you can see, they swatch out nice and bright. There is pigment information included on both the stickers. So what I recommend doing, and this was a tip that a viewer gave me, she said save the wrappers on the half pans and you don't have to write the information out. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. So ever since then, that's what I've done. So you get your pigment information, you've got your light fastness, it's on the Blue Will scale, so it goes on a scale of 1 to 8. Basically anything that's a 6 or higher would be considered light fast. I'm just going to scan through here. We've got 8, 7, 8. This one's a 5 here. So ironically, on permanent yellow medium, it's only got a 5 light fastness rating. This transparent yellow medium is the same. PY65 though, that's a pretty good pigment from what I understand. But anyway, you can go through here, and one thing I have to say though, painting with this, the quality is lovely. I've used the same paint from different brands. I've always really liked this particular formulation of paint, but with the pigment information here, something feels amiss. And the more you paint, the more you get familiar with pigments, sometimes things like, wow, this does not seem like a PY150. A PY150 generally is a little bit greener, super duper transparent. This has a little bit of haze to it, and it's very warm. It doesn't, to me, seem like what you typically have with a PY150. Now let me look. Now another set these kind of remind me of is the Paul Rubens 48 half pan set. This I bought with my own money. For instance, this is PY150. And if I compare this that purports to be P150 with that is PY150, you can see this has it's a little bit cooler in tone. If you use it thickly, it does have like a kind of a brownish tone. It's kind of like an Aurelian, really. This nickel yellow, like a nickel azo yellow. It's just got a different feel to it. This is more of like an Indian yellow or New Gamboge. They call it Gamboge yellow, so I think the name is right, but the color itself doesn't seem to add up. And something else, which I think what happens here with this set in particular, the master level watercolor that's manufactured by Superior, I'm 99% sure is the case. I think that they were copying the pigment information from Paul Rubens 48 half pan set and using that with their paints because people want to see pigment information. But pigment information doesn't do you any good if it's not accurate. So I'm a little conflicted here because I love that there's pigment information. I love that there's light fastness information. But if you're just copying what's on somebody else's label because you're trying to make a dupe, that really doesn't help the consumer. And yeah, I'm not down with that. Now, if you look at these numbers like that, C202, C202, it's like they're copying the Paul Rubens information, but the colors are close, but they're not the same, and I don't think they're the same pigment. That's a PY53 nickel titanate yellow. This also is PY53, it says, and that does look like a PY53, but it could be a hue. I don't know. It could have been made by two other pigments, and they're just kind of copying the color. I don't know, but it makes me not want to trust the pigment information on the Superior manufactured watercolors, even though I love that for a budget paint. I think it's a really great option. I think it's good for the price, but I just don't like anything that may be deceiving. You know, I don't like deceiving practices. If you're going to put a squirrel hair brush in a set, make sure it is notated on your sales page. If you're going to have pigment information, have accurate pigment information, or don't put any pigment information. Like the Altenew watercolors, their pan watercolors, pretty sure the exact same thing. They don't put pigment information. They put the colors. They use their names of colors matched to what their colorways are, and that's it. They call it a day. They don't put information that is not relevant. If you don't have the right information, don't put it down there. What really made me think about this, what really gave me the hint that maybe the pigment information wasn't correct, was seeing the pigment information for these two colors. This turquoise light, PB36. PB36 is typically, it's a like cerulean blue would be a PB36 color. It's a cobalt derivative, I think. And it's generally kind of like a greenish leaning granular blue. This is turquoise light. They also say PB36. This is much bluer, much more turquoise. It's got a beautiful granulation. That really doesn't have any granulation. This definitely feels like a hue. It's got just a uniformity to it that doesn't feel like a granulated true cobalt color. this one right here, they're saying PG26, and PG26 is a much greener color. This right here, that's called turquoise deep. This is called turquoise deep. This color here, D182, so which makes me think, are they just copying the numbers? If they did, have they just copy and pasted the Paul Rubens information on this set, which is something I suspected. The first time I encountered these watercolors, actually even before I actually used them for myself, before I bought the Art Whale set, because I saw somebody that bought the I think it was like maybe Tingy was the brand name, Superior Master Level Watercolors, same set, and they were saying it was the same thing as Paul Rubens, because they were saying the numbers match, the pigments match, but they're not the same colors. That color number and pigment information is the same color number and pigment information as that color. Those are not the same. These are not the same. So just basically take the, I just want to say take the pigment information with a grain of salt, because ironically, I think it's really ironic that Lightwish went with this and this naming and the labeling and stuff, which I'm sure came directly from Superior when they had them made, because I believe Superior ripped off Paul Rubens, and Paul Rubens is like, I believe they own the Lightwish brand and the Artix brand and the Paul Rubens brand. So I thought that was kind of strange that they would turn around and white label from a company that I think kind of ripped off Paul Rubens. So all this to say, take the pigment information with a grain of salt. I think they're beautiful colors. They paint well, but because I have to cast a little doubt on the pigment information on these sets, I also have to cast a little doubt on the Lightfast claims. So buy it because you like the colors and you like painting with it, but I don't trust the pigment information. And it's frustrating because I love it when a brand puts pigment information down, but it's absolutely of no use if we can't trust the pigment information. Some of it seems legit. Some of it seems absolutely fine looking at these colors. But like this right here, they're calling this one of the single pigment colors, this one called Skin, A106. I wonder if there's an A106 here. They're trying to match. I'm just looking at the Paul Rubens chart just to see. I don't see it just in my cursory look of it, but it's saying PY35. That's cadmium yellow. This does not look like cadmium yellow. This, for cadmium yellow to get to this point, it would need some white in it. It would need some other things. And yes, they can add certain whites to your paint, not disclose them. But to call it a single pigment is just disingenuous. I don't think the seller is necessarily being disingenuous because, you know, they're white labeling stuff that they think will sell. I understand that. I'm a realist, but the like they did, like here, Skin PY35. This is coming from Superior. This is coming from the manufacturer, not from the seller. So, and they're just taking it as truth, which, yeah, I think some of the stuff is labeled accurately, but other stuff I think is just guessed or is just copy and pasted from another website, from like the Paul Rubens set. That's what I think, just because the numbers and the names just line up too well and the colors do not match. So that's what my thoughts are there. But there are some beautiful colors here. They're fun to paint with. You know, I just want to be honest. But we'll take a look here real quick at some of the, did I compare these? This is the second time reviewing this because I just felt like I was, I don't know, being a crank. I don't know. You could see, this is just the Art Whale 48 versus the Lightwish. Same colors. I have some of the colors switched in each set. I don't know why, but they are the same colors. But I'll show you some mixes, because I haven't done that yet. I like them. I do like them. So that's the thing. It's like I don't want to be too negative because I do think they're good paints and I do like them. And I don't want anyone that has the paint to think that I don't like them and then I'm crapping on paint they like. I like this paint. I think if all the companies that white labeled watercolors went with Superior Master Level watercolors, that would save a lot of disappointment and a lot of heartache for a lot of people that are trying to do art on a budget. There's so much awful watercolor out there, and this is good watercolor. I think the Superior watercolor, I think the Phoenix made watercolor, and I think the Miliang made watercolor. Those are the 3 best budget watercolor manufacturers out there. And then you can find them in different iterations from different sellers. But so I just took 2 and 3 colors of the Lightwish artist grade watercolors and just kind of mixed them and had fun. And they weren't muddy, they were rich, they were beautiful, they blended well. I think they're beautiful colors. You can do really nice gradients, they're easy to control. They feel more like a Western watercolor than, say, the Miele watercolors do. They're in extruded pan versus the liquid poured paints. Miele watercolors, I love them. They feel a little inkier. The Lightwish watercolors feel a little bit more like, if you're familiar with Van Gogh watercolors from Talons, that's what they remind me of the most. But, you know, they're good, I would say, student grade to like kind of in between the student grade and the professional grade. I wouldn't call them professional grade, even though they say artist grade on the pan. If you want an artist grade watercolor and you're on a budget, I would suggest going with the Paul Rubens watercolors because they are they're very affordable. And while the Lightwish ones would be cheaper than, say, a set of 48 Van Gogh, the Paul Rubens would be about the same price as a set of 48 Van Gogh, which is a student or kind of Midland watercolor brand. So yeah, I just want to make sure you're getting what you want, because no matter how much money you have to spend, wasting, you know, $45 on a set of paints that aren't going to do what you want them to do, and then you end up having to buy something again, that's not, you know, you haven't saved any money, right? You've actually spent an extra $45, $47 on paint that's not going to do what you want. But you can see the colors are rich. They're really nice. Take the pigment information with a grain of salt and the lightfast information with a grain of salt. But other than that, I think you'd enjoy them if you're looking for some kind of typical Western feeling watercolors. So there, yeah. I mean, once you've reviewed, and I will leave links to the Art Wheel watercolor review and also the comparison of other brands that I think are the same as this paint in the video description. So if you want to see if maybe you already own these watercolors, you may have these from Artify or from Altenew or from Etcher or from Art Whale or from Doodle Hog. Their 36 set was this quality and their 48 set was a completely different quality that wasn't as good. So it's, you never know. You could buy different sizes of paints from the same brand and get totally different paint. So that's another thing that makes navigating the budget watercolors on Amazon a little bit more confusing. So I'm here. If you find a weird paint on Amazon, you're really dying to try it out, search my channel. I may have done a review on it because apparently I cannot say no to interesting novel watercolors on Amazon. But yeah, they perform well. They're definitely kind of like a student grade, higher end student grade paint. If that's what you want, go for it. I think you'll enjoy it. But that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoy watercolor reviews. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye.